Yeah, he lit them up. He's trying to get me riding dirty.
Okay, that's the thing. Trying to catch me right, bro. When you looking through somebody's car and you're singing as a cop, this isn't your first rodeo. You're used to it. You're used to. You took time out of your day to listen to this song to like you fuck with this song. Who was that, Millionaire?
It was definitely Chameleon.
It's Chameleon.
Trying to get me riding dirty. Trying to get me riding dirty.
Yeah, come on.
I got a little flashlight. Trying to get me riding dirty.
That's
and the thing is, he took the drugs, right? So he had the drugs in his hand. He was like, trying to get me riding dirty.
Right.
Riding dirty.
There's like there's cops and then there's pigs. That's a pig. That's a pig.
He was like,
movie review. Movie review. Movie review. Watch us on YouTube.
Is this thing on?
Can't look that damn wig.
Like Corbin Blue. He said, go buy yourself some new fits. Why? So we can buy some crazy ass clothes like you? He said, yeah, I know I must be looking real crazy to you right now, but you know why a tiger has stripes? Why a lion has a mane? It's to warn the other animals that they are not to be fucked with.
That's why he got that scar over his eye.
Yeah. I got a mane right now. This is a good movie review.
Like James Brown after a set.
I was like David Ruffin when they found him.
Who know that one? You know that one where James Brown rises up from the floor real slow and his hair is all over the place.
Hey, somebody help.
You look like you need help.
Yeah, I look nasty with this wig on. I didn't have a wig close enough to the one he had. I just got it's my Ace Ventura wig.
Oh, you think that was a wig he had on?
No.
I'm about to say that was a good ass wig because that shit didn't move, bro. That shit was like solid.
No. It moved at one point when he was fighting. It was like,
yeah, it did the little thing. The only time it moved for real was when he had that little shower. When you seen the little curls come down, it's like, okay, that's the natural look right there. He's permanent shit up.
But this is Hood Movie Review. We got your host, of course, Kenny, the bad guy himself. And to my right, we got Mr. Unbiased himself, TK. And we are reviewing Superfly, the 2018 version.
Superfly.
Doom, 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 doom. I'm your pusher man.
I'm your daddy. I'm that nigga.
That's my song, though. That's what
pusher man.
I'm your pusher man.
That nigga, hey.
I'm that nigga.
I'm something too.
I'm the pusher man. Well, speaking of the soundtrack, we'll be rating the soundtrack out of 5. That was produced by Future, if you didn't know. Produced by Future.
If I'm gonna be honest, I listen to a lot of them songs in my personal time, in my free time. For real. So, like, yeah. What's up with that? That's my shit. You feel me? Every year I had an angel on me. Huh?
I'll probably go to 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that shit at 5. I listen to that shit. That shit's on my playlist. Like, I got a few songs on my playlist. So yeah.
So we're gonna start off like this. We're going to this review. So the movie starts off with Priest, aka but Trevor Jackson is playing him from a movie Light It Up. I don't know if you remember that movie. He's from the movie Light It Up. He was young then.
Okay.
And he presses a rapper named Liddy about owing him money. And he pretty much just punked him and exposed him. What I don't want to say expose him because he said anything you got to say at me, you can say in front of my peoples.
Right. He tried to hold him first.
Yeah, he did. And then he exposed him. He was all like, hey, man, why you got to do that, man?
He exposed him by talking about church.
Yeah. It was wild how he started. He was like, you know what that means on your chest? He was like, that means God loves me, even when I'm a sinner. I'm
the biggest sinner there is.
Yeah, I was like,
he's trying to act tough. Blue smoke really face and everything.
He really was trying to act tough, but it's like, damn. And like I said, he pretty much he punked him, exposed him, and his crew in front of everybody. And like I said, I think he said the whole, anything you say to me, you say to my crew, some kind of thing. So now, like it shows you what kind of character he is. Like he's not to be messed with.
That's a question.
Please, go ahead.
Anytime somebody says that, does that end well?
It never does.
It never.
You can sit in my group. Oh, so the kid you got.
Right, they be like, hey, come over this way. Like, nah, nigga, you wanted me to say it in front of
every movie. He didn't say to me, can say to them. Well, you know what? Hey, you know what? Hey, stop us. Come on, let's go over here. Every time.
Hey, man, why you do that to me like that? Because, nigga, you told me to.
You told me I was going to say this to you in person by yourself.
I tried to approach you man to man. Like,
and now we're here. So now we're at a club. And it's filled with strippers. And they dancing. They going crazy.
doing a good job. That's Atlanta.
And a game called Snow Patrol, which was they were all white, and somehow none of them are dingy through this entire movie. Like, all the
hey, the niggas was tough. I'm about to say they was all clean every trip.
Clean. It's hard to take the movie serious when you got a whole gang and all white. I don't know. It was just kind of silly looking at me.
They was godly. They was heavenly. You know.
Dej Loaf. So they show it out. Like, so they showing out. They real flashy and whatnot. And so the leader of the gang his name is Q, the leader of the Snow Patrol. So they're on their throat, and they're not even like, the girls aren't even doing nothing like yet. They just throwing the money out there, just like this. Like it's two niggas up front, just going crazy. I'm like, she.
They needed one of them little guns. They was working too hard,
bruh.
They was working harder than that.
It was just going. And Juju, which is the right hand man to Q, like he's one of the people doing the money thing. And there's a girl just taking pictures, and he gets mad. He's like, "Hey, what you phone this? Give me your phone. Give me your phone." Nigga, calm down. Like,
why are you so upset?
He was angry the entire movie. That's the
entire movie. Just the hating ass nigga the whole movie. Just the hating ass nigga the whole movie.
And like I said, this is the review, so I'm assuming y'all watched this before you watched the review, but this whole movie started because he was hating.
It really did. Everything started because of him.
Yeah, literally, like hating. So many people died because of you, because you just wanted to hate. Like, so
you want to know why he was hating on him though? Because every time you seen that nigga, he was wearing all black. It seemed like. So it's like, damn. So they had to have a beef right there. It was the white versus the.
He wasn't all black, and so yeah, like Juju walks up to the Q, the leader, and he's like, "Hey, we should rob Priest," and he's like, "Nah." Like
nigga, all this money we getting, why you worried about him?
We're going like this, like literally, like y'all throwing away money, and y'all talking about want to rob Priest. And he's like, "Yeah, I want his food. So it was like, why are you so thirsty to rob this nigga? Like, he was so thirsty to rob him when there's no need, and you can tell they were cordial because Q was like, "Hey." He's like, come get a drink with me. Come get a drink. He even called out
nigga Priest. Come take a shot with us.
Yeah, do a shot with me.
Yeah.
Like, okay, okay. So, so at this point, like I said, that whole thing happens. Like so Juju wants to rob Priest, and like I said, Q ain't got no problem with him. Priest don't have no problem with either one either. So like, he's in there with his girlfriend doing his thing. So they leave, and Juju's drunk as hell, like in front of the car. And Q's like, he tells one of the dudes, he's like, "Hey, look out for him. He's drunk as hell right now." And he's like, "Okay, I got you." So he goes over there, and like I said, this whole movie happened because of a nigga moment right here. So
yeah.
he
because of a nigga moment.
Yeah, because of a nigga moment.
Shout out to Boondocks. Yeah. We know what that is.
The whole movie happened because of a nigga moment. Priest walks out there. He's got his girlfriend out there. He got two girlfriends actually, but this is one of the two girlfriends in there. And like he walks out, and literally, he's doing this thing. He's walking out, and dude says, "Fuck you, man. Fuck you and your two girlfriends." Like, so, like I said, he was hating. He was like, "Fuck you and your two girlfriends."
Because, but he was trying to get at one of his girls though before. That's when he was like, "Hey, yeah, you want to take a dance with me, whatever." That was one of his chicks.
Because he has a black girl and a Hispanic girl, and yeah. Yeah, we're gonna rate them. They're both 5. Yeah.
They was both nice
because the one was a bottle girl, and the other was in the art gallery. So just let you know, so the black one was in the art gallery, and you can tell her character was like she cared about him. She was like, okay, I want to get out. This all this stuff like that. The Hispanic one was flashy. She was all about parties and stuff like that, and she was all about the criminal end of it. She was like, I'm trying to sell this work. I'm trying to do this and this. And Superfly's trying to get out, or Priest trying to get out.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, the whole movie happened because of a nigga moment. Because dude comes out hating. He's like, man, fuck you and your 2 girls, blah blah blah. You think you sweet? You think you got nice pretty hair? Fuck you. He's hating on him. Like literally just hating on him.
Giving him compliments for hating at the same time. What's your nice ass hair?
Yeah, yeah, going in. You got 2 girlfriends doing good for yourself. Yeah, fuck you. It's like,
right, nigga, all this money you making. Like shit.
He said, Sonny ain't seeing no real money.
Even your mama don't get the real money.
Yeah, he was just hating. So then Priest is kind of like, you need to chill out. He's like, you need to calm down with that shit. So then he's like, fuck you, and pulls out a gun, and he starts beating them all up. And no, did he swing on him first? I'm trying to remember what happened.
He pushed him, whatever, and then that's when he
because he beat up him in the group because everybody they're like, damn, that's my boy, but I gotta come in and fight. That's how it was.
Help him out. Yeah.
They all got beat up. Then he pulls out a gun and he literally dodges the bullet. Literally dodges it. He's like,
right.
Hair was on like. That's all I know. His hair was like. And popped some lady that was, I think it was the same lady that was recording earlier.
It was the girl that was recording in there earlier.
Yeah.
She should have learned something from that. Stay look. Anytime you see him, turn your phone off.
Nothing
for
good.
Real. You always want to be nosy recording some shit.
So she got popped, and Snow Patrol dips out, and he's like, "Hey, I'm out the game." He's like, at that point he realized like I'm out the game. He's like, I'm not trying to be in this shit no more. She can get ignorant real quick. He goes to an Asian-run casino at this point, and Priest, he's cool with everybody in there. Like, so Priest is that nigga for he dapping everybody up. Dude named Fat Freddy, he daps up, and his girlfriend Monique. He sees his boy Eddie, which is Jason Mitchell. He's Eazy-E and Straight Outta Compton. He's gambling. He's winning. He's like, yeah, you know what? He's fucking him up. And Priest is like, hey, I need to talk to you real quick. And Eddie's like, but I'm winning.
Right.
Priest gave him a look like. That he just walked off. He's like, all right, and walked off. And he's like, all right. He takes his money and he follows him. And one of the dudes at the table, he got mad and he presses Priest, and Priest pops him in the mouth. He's like, pop. Yeah, he's like, shut your mouth.
There's a little quick one. Pop, put him down right quick.
Yeah, he's like, ooh. He backed off real quick. And he tries to get Eddie to get out the game with him, but you can see he don't want to leave. But he's like, I guess, he's like, Priest like, let's just do one big score, then we're done. Every movie does this, and it never ends well. Let's do one big score. Shout out to Set It Off.
I'm about to shout out to Set I got you. Hey, last one.
Like I said, Eddie don't want to, but he's like, I'll do it. You're my boy for real. So he goes to see. So Priest goes to see his plug, aka Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu teacher named Scatter.
Yeah.
Where they discuss getting a bigger supply, and they're fighting at the same time. And Scatter whooping his ass, and Scatter's like, "Nah, I'm not doing it. I refuse." So Q confronts Juju about his antics, and he's like, you know how to pay them girls off that you shot? He's like, because you want to be stupid. And while this whole thing's going on, Fat Freddy does a drive-by on Snow Patrol's barbershop and lights some of them up. And one of the guys get popped. The one guy's telling a story about how he beat up Mike Tyson. Now he's like, yeah, I'll fuck Mike Tyson up. Yeah. He's like, I'll be boxing. He did the slowest punches ever. He's like,
hey, he was a rock'em sock'em.
Clean neck would have went.
Right, it's all straight up.
So like I said, that guy gets popped, and Juju's like I don't know if that was a family member to him. We don't know who he was to him, but whoever it was to him, he was really important to him because he was mad. Like he wasn't already mad before. And
right, he was just mad anyway. But
yeah, he was already mad.
He was a little bit more mad, I
guess. Yeah. And if you notice too, both times they were shooting, Q was nowhere to be found. I don't know if you noticed that, but
nah, he ain't never around.
He's never around when the stuff going down. Never around.
Smart.
Yeah, every time.
Smart. You know to leave that nigga alone.
He told him, he's like, man, look, he's like, you got me some mess. He told him, he was like, I got to pay this girl off, this and this. Then he dips
and the whole time he's telling him,
yeah,
I had to pay him off. He's like, shit, you just should let me make a visit to see him. Like, so you was about to go just kill her. Like,
yeah.
After you accidentally shot her, now all of a sudden you just gonna go kill her. Like,
he did say that. We was like,
yeah, like, bro, like, damn, you already caused enough damage with her. Let me just get so money, bro. Like, Yeah.
So I was like, why are you so angry? And Priest and Eddie, they follow Scatter to see where his plug is at, like, and follow his car for 10 hours. And this is wild. And they see his Mexican plug named Alberto. No, it's like Alberto Gonzalez. He had a weird name. And follow him into Mexico. Once he meets up with the plug, like so at this point he sneaks in there and meets up with them, and then he gets like knocked out, and he ends up in a plane where he pretty much talks his way out of it.
That one part was kind of unreal. Where they opened the door.
Yeah, they all would have flew out that.
He was so close to the edge of that shit when he opened it too. He opened it up, pulled it to the side, and then grabbed the wall on the side to hold himself back. Like, sir, you was just holding this damn door when you opened it.
This is how his hair looked when they pulled him out the thing.
His hair looked like that. And Buddy ain't fly out. Look, his hair looked like that, and he was sitting on the chair in the middle of the plane.
He was already looking like this when they put him out the plane.
Man, that's crazy.
When he took the bag off his head, he was like, his hair was looking like this. Oh, I got roadkill on my head. I look crazy.
So you look like you got a damn possum.
Like the Goofy movie.
So you got a tail hanging out. It's in the back. You can't see it.
Oh, so like I said, he ended up getting out of that. I don't know. Realistically, he shouldn't have got out of that, but hey, it is what it is. It's a movie. So like I said, he almost gets killed. He ends up getting the product. We see then he goes to his old house that's run down, and we hear a flashback of him first selling drugs and how it helped them through their money issues, but the mom doesn't like it. And he ends up selling the family home. Then Juju is at the friend's funeral, and he's blaming Priest. Priest has something to do with it. I know he did. And yeah. So like I said, he's just thirsty for this dude. He's just thirsty
for him.
And so now they're at the shooting range. Eddie reveals how he set up the drive-by. So it was Eddie that did it. And Priest is mad. He's like, bro, you didn't start a war with Snow Patrol. We were cool. Like, you didn't have to do this. And he was like, you my boy. You know, anytime somebody starts stuff with you, they start with me. They disrespect you. They disrespect me. If I get disrespected, somebody got to die. Like, I was like, damn. Like,
at least we got into his mind, though.
Yeah. He's a good friend.
Good. I mean, he's all right. He has good intentions.
Yeah. I mean, he was slipping, but he was trying.
I mean, you know.
Then we get a random cameo. So we got a Mayor Atkins, which is Big Boy from Outkast. It was random.
Yeah, at the art show.
Yeah. Though I don't know if he was donating or he was hosting the art gallery, but he was there. And Priest shows up to support, the black girlfriend. And Q shows up, and he's like, Priest, I gotta talk to you real quick. Come over here with me real quick. And he starts asking for the drive-by, and Priest is like, I had nothing to do with that. And Q was like, He was like, yeah, I was out of town. And he's like, oh, you were conveniently out of town when they were shooting. And he was like, oh, no, I'm just telling you what happened.
All it takes is one phone call.
Yeah, which is right.
I mean, you could have been out of town. That's cool, nigga. You still did it.
Somebody set this up. And so he was like, well, what's your boy Eddie? And he was like, he was with me. He was like, He looked at him like, And Priest and Eddie end up moving a lot of weight at this point, from city to city, state to state. Like you see they're going from state to state, just moving the drugs, and they geeked about the money they made. And did you notice that the code that Eddie's safe? I mean to Priest safe that Eddie went through, the code was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I didn't notice that. But
I noticed that. I was like, what? He literally was like, they opened. I said, oh, that's trash.
Hey, but that's like. The harder it is, for real. You never know. I mean, if somebody go in there and just do that shit, it's like, damn, these niggas are really stupid. But when his birthday is, when's mama's birthday? When he gets to blood, stuff like that. So I don't know, like.
When's his mama's birthday? Really, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So like I said, they partied up, because they didn't sold all them drugs. So then we randomly get a scene where Priest is in a threesome shower scene with his two girlfriends. It was just like, oh, okay, like, do that in there.
I really didn't know why they needed that in there, but
Yeah.
it showed them having a good time, you know, just like
It was out of nowhere.
It showed the Hispanic one's cheeks, you know. That was a good moment to see, you know, that up her grade, you know, it was a good moment for her.
He said she was at 4.75, and I gave it to him.
Yeah, she was at a 4.8. Just
but at the
point two, when we seen that, it was like I just gave it a 0.2. Just like, hey, go ahead, take it.
So they're at a party now where they celebrate moving all the bricks, and Priest gets on Eddie for being too loud with his money because Eddie just bought a $600,000 watch. He was like, "Is that a?" I forget the name of the watch he had on, but he was like, "Is that a what you call it?" He was like, "Yeah, you know, I do a little something." He's like, "Man, you don't take that shit off." He's like, "We don't get caught."
$600,000 watch though. That's crazy.
Crazy.
That's all for you to still look at your phone to tell the time. All for you to pull your phone. Hey, what time is it? Pull my phone out right. Oh, it's
yeah. Like, what about that $600,000 watch you got?
All right.
And then Rick Ross is in the movie out of nowhere, and he's talking about how like moving all this money or moving all this weight is like not possible, but it's gonna be like it's not impossible, but it's hard. And he gets into it with Fat Freddy because Fat Freddy's like, I'm trying to move some product too, and he's like, then he says, I don't like this fat motherfucker. I was like,
right, your name is Fat Freddy.
Yeah, like no, Rick Ross said it about him.
Oh, Ross said that. I just heard one of them say, "Man, what's up with this fat motherfucker?" Whatever.
Yeah, that was Rick Ross. Rick Ross said, he said, I don't like this fat motherfucker. I'm like, nigga, you might be bigger than him.
Fat people, you feel me? Like
you might be the same size. Honestly, y'all about the same. The same weight class. Yeah, like, y'all the same weight class talking shit. So Fat Freddy's mad. He can't sell drugs with them, and doesn't want to. He's like, I don't want to be the muscle anymore. I want to sell drugs with you guys. I want to sell drugs with you. Like back to Arizona. So Eddie gives him a brick and tells him to prove himself. And until Fat Freddy's girlfriend Monique comes in and beats up the girl Fat Freddy's with for he was cheating. Like, okay, they just kind of throw that in there. They was just having a good old time. I was like, okay. So Monique goes to Snow Patrol after this and tells them Fat Freddy did it. So she snitched on him. She's like, damn, yeah, Fat Freddy's the one that shot at y'all. Because she saw about him having the side.
Right, yeah. So he located him on the little app, whatever she had.
Yeah. It wasn't shows them the location, proving on his phone that he was there, which is like, damn, that's wild. Like, I don't think that should have escalated to that. He cheated on you.
A woman born.
Yeah, that's wild. He cheated on you, so I'm gonna set him up to die. Like, sheesh, like that's crazy. So Fat Freddy's pulled over by some corrupt cops by the name of Franklin and Mason, and they find the cocaine in the back. And find Eddie and Freddie's contracts, and Franklin ends up killing Freddie and her name is Rochelle, by the way, the side chick kills Freddie and Rochelle, and Franklin and Mason extort Priest and Eddie. Now they're like, look, we know about your little drug business, so we're gonna need a little cut. We're gonna need a little cut. And then when they leave, Priest and Eddie they get pissed at each other. They arguing with each other, blaming each other for it, and then. He was like, don't touch me. He's like, what you gonna do? They start fighting. Then he ends up choking, Priest ends up choking Eddie out. That nigga woke up like 2 minutes later.
He woke up nasty, like he didn't go to sleep just yet, I don't think. He was almost asleep. Well, all that oxygen was almost gone. Then that's why he got up like that shit, whatever, because he got up real quick afterwards.
No, he went to sleep. He was
looking real stiff at first, but I don't think he got all the way to sleep because he woke up too damn quick.
Yeah, but he went to sleep though because he kicked him off. He's like, "Fuck!" He walked off. Nigga woke up when he was gone. He's like, and Priest gets home and discusses his plan with his 2 girlfriends. And the Hispanic one, like I said, she's all about moving the drugs, and the black one's like, "Hey, nah, I'm trying to give all that shit up. We should leave the city." So we see who has his best interest at heart. Like, then the funeral service. The funeral service was actually a decent funeral service, and then until dude started rapping, I feel like
I like that.
You like that? I don't. That was like
it was better than our last funeral service we got to see when motherfuckers, just slobbering everywhere and shit.
Black man,
right? Yeah, nah. I said, my man, he came in because that was kind of like that spoken word, whatever. Like that spoken word rap because they was.
He turned
it was, They was harmonizing with it and everything. The part that I didn't like about the funeral was the girl that set the nigga up, Fat Freddy up to die was one like wilding out.
Wow.
And shit, like
wild. Like, you the reason why I'm here. You done got me killed. And like I said it was too much. The rapper was like, this is a little too much. So the corrupt cops show up and they try to collect now. And Scatter surprises Priest at Freddy's funeral, ordering him to meet with his supplier, Alberto. After finding out Priest cut a secret deal for more product. So then Alberto kills Scatter because he's talking about talking about people he can trust. And then he kills him. He's like, you've been stealing from me. You've been taking a little bit at a time. You know, he's like, but I can trust you though, even though I just met you. But I can trust you though. And Alberto threatens Priest and tells him that he's like, you're never getting out the game, right? Like,
I think like from that standpoint, I kind of think he trusted him more because he said we gave you more work and you moving it faster than he was when it was just him.
we got all of it.
Yeah, and it's like he was just saying, like, pretty much, I don't need you no more. And he was already getting irritated with him because you seen what Scatter was calling him. He was just ignoring him and shit. Like,
he was.
He was just blowing him off. Like, I got your young boy now, and he knew who Priest was even when he picked him up. He's like, I know who you are, and all that. So like,
he was enjoying that soccer game.
Oh, he was into that game. Score was 0-0, and he was yelling. Like, why are you so upset? You still got a chance. Like,
it really was 0-0. He said, come on. I'm like, hey,
right.
Man. So Snow Patrol, they end up storming Priest's house, and in the shootout, the Mexican one, her name was Cynthia. Cynthia gets shot.
Are you talking about when they came in the Priest's crib now?
Yeah. And they were shooting it up.
We're moving along today. I'm about to say, okay, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot happened in this movie. It's kind of like
wasn't a lot.
We almost done.
I looked at the clock like, ooh, time on crack today.
We didn't move through it. Yeah, I said not a lot happened. Not a lot happened in this movie.
Shit, yeah, when he came in the house, I don't like bro though for real for that though, because he came in the house, he the most thirsty to want to kill Priest, and he talking about some shoot, nigga. Like, you're not shooting. Like, don't walk in the house. You yelling at me to shoot. You ain't shot yet.
Cynthia gets shot and dies, and there's a little moment because I can't believe she died because she was in that shooting. I'll give her credit.
She started busting.
They shot her. I thought she got popped in the shoulder at first, but they lit her ass up. They showed the thing. She was laying there looking goofy, and they end up getting out. They get in a high speed chase where Q ends up getting his windshield shot out, and he crashes and blows up. Then Juju takes control, and at this point, Eddie betrays Priest. I'm gonna say it like that. Betrays Priest. Say it like that with a question mark. And he is now in the Snow Patrol. He pulls. He's like, hey, look, y'all a winning team, and we see him in all white now. And he's like,
right,
like, damn, can't believe you did that.
He wasn't looking into his white though.
Yeah, he didn't look. Yeah, his was like a bright gray.
Yeah, he didn't fit in with his. I don't think
his was an off white. But we find out that it's not really true that he didn't really join them because Snow Patrol invades the furniture store that they were at, and they all get lit up by the police. And Priest is like, "You do it?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got him." And he's like, "Bet." So Priest ends up cutting ties with everybody. He blackmails the mayor, which is a big boy with a sex tape for pretty much a get out of jail free card, and exposes Alberto Gonzalez for sick. Because at one point he had revealed he set up his own brother.
When he was killing Scatter, he revealed that he set up his own brother to get his brother put in jail.
Yeah. So he pretty much told his mom about it, and his mom killed him.
Which timeout then? So that because you remember Priest got in with Alberto or however you say his name. He got in with him by telling the family business because he was hearing a lot already anyway about their business, whatever.
Yeah.
So now, but it's like his brother talking because he know your ass. You set him up.
You said So he's like, I'm talking.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was like, my brother, he talks too much. He was like, no, you set him up. I got something to say. I'm mad. I'm mad. The big payback of my little James Brown.
Right. Get down. That ain't right.
That ain't right. His own mother kills him. which is wild. It was just
put him in that little machine, that little juicer. That's
yeah.
what it
He's
looks
like,
like.
no, you see that juice? Yeah, this that juice.
Look all thick.
Like, well, you think drinking a thick milkshake?
That was beet juice.
Yuck. Like his mother kills him, and Priest he sets up what's his name? Mason.
The cop.
Mason. Yeah, it's the cop Mason, and
He
she's
sets up both cops pretty much. Yeah.
I had to remember if that was Mason or Franklin. That was Mason. And then he tricks Franklin into thinking he has money for him and beats him up. So it's like, okay.
Beat his ass down.
He really did. He whooped his ass.
Beat his ass down with that Billy Club, whatever that thing.
And if you notice, it was low key Rodney King style. I don't know if you've ever seen a Rodney King beating like that. Like,
that's how you gonna go.
No, I mean that's how it was because you had the car sitting there. All you seen was the lights, and he was just you seen him going like this, just like how they beat him with the Billy Club. Like
that's a good. Yeah, that's a good view. But I was thinking it was like if it was like GTA, the cop would have died. You know, because you would just be beating the shit out of somebody with that club. Yeah, nobody. You're like, damn, I really beat him. I really beat him like that. Like
you see a little stack of cash come up like whoop.
Yeah, like, yeah. If I say that was the bag, he should have picked the bag back up.
He was in it he whooping his ass.
Hair was his ass.
Going crazy. Hair was moving the whole movie, and then the movie ends. He ends up in Montenegro.
Montenegro, right? So I read that. Okay,
her name was Georgia. At the end, in a yacht, and he calls what's his name? He calls Eddie. He's like, "Hey man, you know, if you ever want to retire, I'm here."
You know,
and he's like, "Nah." He's still out there gambling. He's like, you know, this is happy ending for him. He's like, I still get to sell drugs in peace. So I will say this is the one time where I guess a drug dealing movie has a happy ending. Because I can't think of another one that has a happy ending like that.
Has a happy ending?
Usually them niggas die or they go to jail. I think the only one to get away with it besides him was my boy from Paid in Full.
Ace.
Yeah, Ace.
But he really didn't even get away. He was breathing different.
Yeah, I was gonna say he got lit up. He was like, I got to get out of this game because I didn't shot me all the way up. He ain't kill my family. He at least got to keep one of his girlfriends. Like, yeah, it's crazy. He at least got to keep one of his girlfriends.
Right, about to say, but look, who can obviously tell though throughout the movie, he did like the black one more though.
Oh, you know, for sure. That's what I'm saying because she was more about like. Hey, you know, I'm about like she was caring about him. She was like, you know, she was like, you need to get out the game. This is where you can live. You know, like she had a retirement plan ready for him. Like she cared about him. The other girl cared about, you know, running shit. She cared about running the empire. She was trying to be the queen of the empire, and the other girl was not.
Right.
And we already rated love interest, so we gave him both 5s. Sledge ain't on this episode. He said he didn't give that. He said they're both 4s. Combined, I think he said they both combined into a 4 or something like that. He was trying to say
they both combined into a 4.
Yeah, he said they both didn't look good to him. Yeah, Sledge tripping.
Look, hey, I know I'll be inconsistent as hell sometimes, but still, that right there crazy.
Yeah, he was wild for that one.
Yeah, They both.
Can't agree.
They could both have a 5. She was looking good when she was in there fluffing up her hair. They both was just kind of thin, you know. They both ain't really, you know, a little bit. The one with the little thick, you know. She had the cheeks on her, she had the cakes on her, but you know,
I feel like Big Worm. I'm over here like he was in the car. Like, yeah, they both were thin, but it was like, I mean, nothing wrong with a little thing. I mean, that's not my type, but they look good.
Oh, I throw my hat in those arenas all the time if I can. You know, that's where I belong at. You know, yeah, I belong in that area.
So, who was the real villain of the movie?
You talking about besides the real villain?
Let's say besides
the hate last nigga.
Yeah, but besides you, because he was angry the whole movie.
Q wasn't even a villain. It was the Juju. About to say it wasn't Q.
I mean, because Q was pretty much like, look, you killing my people. I gotta come at you. Like I gotta come back at you. So it was kind of like, you know,
Juju was killing people.
No, what I'm saying. I'm saying like because Q had to step in. Like, listen, these niggas doing drive-bys on us. You know, so these people like we got to stop this. So that's what he set up the whole thing where they come to his house, but he wasn't in the wrong in my opinion. He wasn't really a villain. He was just kind of like, it's kind of like when your boy getting a fight, you got to jump in too. Like, yeah, that's pretty much what that was. Juju was the one starting all that trouble. I'm trying to think who the real villain is besides them.
I would just say, if you want to look at it a different way, I would say, what was my man's name again?
You talking about Eddie?
Eddie. I would say possibly he has the potential to be the real villain because one, he set that all in motion to have him hit, my man, which it was out of good intentions.
True.
It was out of good intentions. And then two, he gave a brick to Freddie after dude said he know who Freddie is and what Freddie do. He says, you the muscle.
The cops would be involved. Yeah, because this whole thing, it was because of Juju and Eddie. Because just like you said, because he had a little run-in with Juju, Eddie got shot. Then we got Eddie, who said, "Nah, fuck that. You shot at my nigga. I'm gonna have your niggas get killed." In fact, Freddie went in there and lit them niggas up. He's got the order. He's like, "Let me go ahead and shoot these niggas." Guys,
right, but that was his job though. But he wanted, Freddie bit off more than he could chew. He wanted to be a drug dealer next too.
Yeah. So he's messing with his own thing. I mean, he just wanted promotion. So he's wanted promotion. Nothing wrong with that. And everyone wanted promotion.
It is when you don't even get to do the job. Like
he was getting necked up,
promoted and fired all in the same night.
He's getting necked up driving and got arrested. And ain't arrested. Got pulled over by the cops. And wait, I didn't even mention that. The way the cop did it was dirty.
It really was. So look, it really was. And I was gonna say that was also one of them was my most gangster scene when he trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding. The cop was very disrespectful. And that cop was looking for trouble.
Looking through his car. And then after he looked at the car, like I said, found the drugs. So I didn't even mention all that. But like I said, he looked at the car, found the drugs, and was like, "Hey, look, I know who you are. I know who your boss is now. We're going to expect a little, so we're going to be doing business with you soon. So don't do this, and this, blah, 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 blah." He said, "Okay." So he thought he got away. He's telling him what to do. He drives up, obviously, he pulls up again. He's like, "What did I do now?"
What? Like, shit, he was fucking with me.
Pulled your license registration. And he was like, "Okay." And he's like, "Get your hands away from that gun. Get your hands away from that gun." And he let them both up. Which is like, damn, that's crazy.
Fucked up.
Yeah, he lit them up. He's trying to catch me riding dirty.
Okay, trying to catch me riding. Bro, when you look through somebody's car and you're singing as a cop, this isn't your first rodeo. You're used to it. You're used to. You took time out of your day to listen to this song to like you fuck with this song. It was like Millionaire.
It was definitely Chameleon.
It's Chameleon.
Trying to get me riding dirty. Trying to get me riding dirty.
Yeah, come on.
I got a little flashlight. Trying to get me riding dirty.
That's
and the thing is, he took the drugs, right? So he had the drugs in his hand. He was like, "Trying to get me riding dirty."
Right.
Riding dirty.
There's like there's cops and then there's pigs. That's a pig. That's a pig.
He was like, he still thinks, "Gets me riding dirty." Yeah, that's up there. That's up there for most gangster scene for sure. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a different one, but that might be it. Now, you convinced me because he was singing that.
That was disrespectful.
I'll say the most gangster scene is. Yeah, I gotta agree. I was trying to think of something else. I gotta agree. He was singing that song. I gotta get me riding dirty.
It was so nasty. Like,
so what are we rating this movie out of 5?
I mean,
it's not getting a high rating from me.
It wasn't a bad movie.
It wasn't. I'll say this. In my opinion, it was. I think it was a bad movie.
You think it was a bad movie?
I think it was a bad movie, but it kept me entertained. It wasn't like Hot Boys where I was like, "God, leave me movie gonna end." Hot Boys, I was ready for that shit to end. This was bad, but it was like, okay, like I'm still interested to see what happens next. So I'm gonna go. It was like Tiffany the Doll. I always compare it to Tiffany the Doll. Tiffany the Doll was bad, but it kept me interested. So I'm gonna go with a 2.5. I'm talking about 2.5. That's probably where I'm at with it. It was a bad movie, but
I give it a 3.
So you got 3.
I say it wasn't. It's not no Tiffany the Doll or Hot Boys category to me. I'm not gonna go to those 2 to draw to this one. Like, but like yeah, I mean, it wasn't great. It was 2 hours for no reason. But it's like
yeah. And that's the thing too. Like, 'cause we reviewed this shit quick. They could have ended it quicker.
But I give it a 3.
Dude, that Snow Patrol, man. I fucking hate that name. I hate that name.
I fucked with it.
I hated it. It was an all white.
Hey.
Okay, so the next movie on the list is Menace to Society. Menace to Society.
That's a good one.
This is TK's movie right here. So
we supposed to be brothers.
I had to get him.
Hey, you feel me? It's a good one.
The next movie, Menace to Society. So be on the lookout for that coming soon. And with this, you dance with the devil long enough, he's bound to step on your feet.